Good evening, YouTube, and welcome once again to, what's this channel called again? Oh, right, the EdWord. Eddie could not be here tonight. Don't worry, I didn't kill him yet. Actually, we struck a deal. In exchange for me letting him live, he has allowed me to host his videos regarding Scream the TV series. He has been kind enough to let me host his videos regarding this particular show, because this may be shocking for some of you to believe, but I really like this show. It really speaks to me. Anyway, that being said, of course, what Eddie told me to do was to do a spoiler warning before I begin talking and blabbering. So, spoiler alert for those of you who have not seen the Scream series premiere, or maybe any of the episodes, but in this video I will be addressing the pilot, so if you have not started the show yet, you may not want to watch or listen to this video. Screw it. That being said, I like what I see. I very much like what I see. It's a lot of fun, and it made me feel so nostalgic. It brought back my love and memories from my very first film, Scream, and that was when I made my big featural debut. It was wonderful. Oh, it was great. And this show, at least this pilot, made me feel so nostalgic and remember how much I enjoyed the film Scream. And what made it so special, for me at least. Of course, some of the other characters may not feel the same way as I did, since a lot of them died in the movie, but I sure enjoyed it. But yes, I really liked it. So they quickly establish a problem. A video leaks out featuring two high school girls making out in their car. It goes online, it becomes an instant hit, and it becomes clear as to who uploaded it. It's this popular, very attractive girl named Nina, and she gets dropped off, presumably by her boyfriend, or maybe just a guy friend at her house, and he tries to hit on her, she pushes him away, and she goes inside, and of course, she takes off her shirt and puts on her bathrobe so she can go get in her hot tub. Ooh, that was something. But that whole opening scene with her getting ready to go in the hot tub, and then she suddenly realizes she's being watched because she's getting text messages from her boyfriend, Tyler. It's his phone that's sending the messages, and whatever she says and does, he immediately replies to it saying, how do you, she says out loud in case he's nearby, "You are dangerously close, bordering on restraining order at Lake." And then he texts, "Am I on thin ice?" as if he's in the room with her. Ooh, it's scary, and I like it. She goes in the hot tub, and then after kind of flirtingly texting Tyler, he says, "Heads up." I love this part. Heads up, and then his head is thrown into the hot tub. She screams, and she tries to run back into her house, but the doors and windows are locked, and before she knows it, boom, there's the killer. Of course, he's not as beautiful as me. He's not as attractive as moi, but he looks great. Or she, or whoever it is. Whoever it is, they look cool. I like it. Ghostface approves. And then slash, stab, goes in the pool. Voila, that's our opening scene. And so it becomes very clear that this is a small town with a dark past and dark secrets. Every time we meet a new character, it's pretty obvious that everybody has something to hide. You know, there's this story, because what happens is that they're all at school, and then the news story breaks that the girl is found murdered, and her boyfriend is missing, and is now the prime suspect. And so now all this group of high school kids who are all talking about this girl who was murdered because she was a friend of theirs. Not a close friend, but a friend. And she was the one who uploaded the video of the two girls making out in the car. And one of those two girls goes to that high school, and now everybody judgmentally looks down on her and says, "Oh, look, that's her. That's her over there. That's the girl from the video." But she has at least one friend, the film geek. Of course, there's a film geek, just like the poor late Randy Meeks from the first 3 Scream films. Oh, Randy, you will be missed. You know, of all the people that I killed, I regret killing you the most. You were probably my favorite character in the franchise. Next to me. Anyway, so the girl goes to that high school, she's friends with the film geek, and there's this small group of high schoolers. There's our main character, presumably Emma, and her boyfriend, and, you know, she's tutoring him in math and algebra and whatnot, and she has a mom, and she's a single mother. We don't know much about her. Oh, she is the coroner for the city, and she is in a somewhat relationship with the sheriff. And Emma tries to persuade her mom to go for it, but mom's like, we work together. But it's interesting. And let's see what else. Oh, and of course, then we have the super hot blonde, I think I'm better than everybody girl who acts like a total fucking prude, if you ask me. And, of course, she's sleeping with her English teacher, because there's this scene where she's in the classroom with her English teacher, and he says, due to the recent tragedy, we should discontinue our study sessions. But it's pretty obvious what's going on between them, because now that this first murder has happened, everybody wants to hide their secrets. The teacher sleeping with his student, the 2 guys, the main character's boyfriend and his friend, they've got some dirty stuff on their desktops and their laptops that they don't want anybody knowing anything about regarding the murder victim. And then there's, of course, the girl who's the lesbian in the video, and she doesn't want certain things to come out. And then our main character, Emma, apparently is also bisexual and was once in a relationship with Audrey, the girl in the video, the black-haired one. And so it gets much more interesting and interesting. And this pilot episode reminded me so much of the first Scream movie, and I enjoyed it very, very much. And I'm pretty sure I heard Eddie say the same thing, because I watched it with him. I mean, we weren't sitting right next to each other on the couch, but, you know, we watched it together, and we both agreed on certain moments and scenes. You know, it was just a great first episode. So basically, this is a town with a dark past, dark history, and a lot of secrets. It's like every single character has their secrets. That's what the film geek points out, and I love how they're already making fun of themselves, because when the film geek points out in class that you can't do a TV series based on a slasher franchise, which is exactly what they're doing. But you know what? That's what the Scream films are notorious for, is making fun of themselves. You have to have a sense of humor about it. You can't be so uptight and serious about everything. You have to have some humor in there. You know, balance it out between horror and humor, the 2 H's that go together in a horror film. At least that's my opinion. But overall, I enjoyed it a lot. Now, as to who the killer is, there are multiple suspects. I mean, the film geek tells the new guy, of course, there's the new hot guy at school, and he's already a suspect, in my opinion. In fact, Eddie and I were talking about this, and a lot of the characters, not all of them, but a lot of them are suspects. The new guy at the high school, the 2 girls who were making out with each other in the internet video, the literature teacher who's sleeping with his student, you know, and then there's the film geek, of course, who's the horror movie fanatic, and he's obsessed with serial killers. He's a clear and obvious choice for being a suspect, but I don't think it's him because it'd be a bit too easy and obvious. But then he goes on to tell the new guy, 20 years ago, something like this happened, where this hideously deformed local guy named Brandon James would always wear this white prosthetic mask to hide his deformity because he had the condition that the Elephant Man had. He was that hideous. And so he liked this girl, he fixated on her, but when she rejected him, and he accidentally scared her, and he was beaten up by some high school boys who thought he was attacking her, you know, something triggered in his mind and made him snap, and he started killing people left and right, until he was eventually gunned down by the police at Ren Lake, where the girl had agreed to meet him. But unfortunately, she was used, it was an ambush, and they shot him twice in the back, and he fell face forward into the lake. His body never recovered. But it is said that he had his mother and father who were both negligent and cruel to him, and it seemed like only his brother cared about him. So I'm saying that this Brandon James guy, or his brother, either one of them, or both of them could be our serial killer. And this raises another interesting question. Will we learn the identity of the killer this season, or is this going to be a 2-season story arc? Because they've already confirmed a second season has been ordered. But what this show hasn't really specified, at least to my knowledge, is that they didn't say, oh, we're going to reveal the killer at the end of every season. It's a new killer every season. Or maybe is it the same killer up until the series finale? We don't know. I doubt they would keep us in suspense for that long, but they very well could. They very well could, to keep us interested, to keep us tuned in. They very well could may save the big mystery reveal of the killer's identity towards the end of the first season, or, God forbid, the series finale. But I doubt it will come to that. Hopefully we'll find out and get more answers as to who's behind this, and more importantly, why. Why all of a sudden? I mean, it obviously must have something to do with the internet video of the two girls making out. But what if that was just a coincidence? What if this is about the reemergence of the original murderer, Brandon James? What if it's one of his friends, or his brother, or a family member, or maybe it's him and he survived after all these years? We don't know. But I like it so far. I like it. And all of these characters, these high school kids, every single one of them has a secret. Everybody's got dark secrets. And at the end of the episode, you're left going, I wonder why he did that and she did that. Why does he have that and why does she say this to her? And it's a mystery. I like it. I like it very much. And of course, shockingly, I mean, it wasn't that much of a shocker, but it was nice to get the confirmation that the girl who was the targeted fixation of the original killer from 20 years ago is the mother of our main character, Emma. And obviously, her mother hasn't told anybody her real name or that she was the one from 20 years ago that the killer fixated on. Whether or not that will come to light, we don't know. I mean, episodes 2 and 3 have already premiered, and I have yet to catch up on them because, I mean, I've seen them already, but Eddie hasn't because he was out of town for a few weeks, and then he went to Comic-Con, so he has a lot of catching up to do, you guys. So if you could just bear with Eddie, as soon as he gets to watching them, and I can watch them with him, we will do episode recaps as soon as we can. But I guess, yeah, overall, I liked where the show is heading, and I really like the pilot. It brought back a lot of good memories from when, you know, Eddie saw Scream for the first time, is what he told me. He's like, ooh, that reminded me of when I saw Scream for the first time. That's how much I enjoyed it. And, of course, I enjoyed it, too. And I just can't wait to see what other kills lie ahead in the store for all of our characters. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And, of course, I hope you enjoyed and somewhat tolerated me. I'm not everybody's favorite character, but I think you guys are starting to warm up to me. But thank you so much for watching, and if Eddie was here, I'm sure he'd say the same thing. So thank you for watching and tuning in, and please hit the, he told me to say all this shit, like, tell them to subscribe, tell them to leave their comments and opinions and thoughts below down the video, tell them to like and share this video, tell them to be respectful of one another's opinions. Yeah, bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. I wasn't really listening, but overall, please stay tuned in for more upcoming content and videos. So thank you very much, you guys. And until next time, wait, what's that thing he says? I can't remember. Since Eddie's not here, and the Scream-related videos are going to be mostly focused on me, and since I will be hosting them, I'll leave you with these words. What's your favorite scary movie?